Hey, what's up, guys? This is your boy Travis back again here at Big Boy Toy Reviews, and today we will be taking a look at a couple of Figma figures. Now, the reason that I'm doing both of these together is because they're in the same anime, and I just started watching it, and it's really, really good. So I'm actually glad I got these two figures. So this one here is his name is Naofumi Iwatani, and then her name is Raphtalia, and they're both from this anime called Shield Hero. And so this I'll leave off to the side because I'll take a look at that during the accessories. But we can take a look at the boxes really quick. Now for Naofumi, he has a I don't know what you call it, a cover or a slide over the box, and so it has the pictures and stuff on the back of the box and stuff. Your typical Figma boxes, but you slide it out, a slide cover, that's what it's called, a sleeve, slide cover, sleeve, whatever, I don't know. And then you have the figure in the box, and so you can see he comes with the shields, and then he has some different pictures, because he has all the artwork on the box. The same artwork that's on the sleeve is on the back of the box, and then we have the side of the box. And then for her, you can obviously see her and her weapons in the box, and then we have the back of the box, then the sides and top. And that is it for the box. So let's get them out and take a better look. Here we have them out of the box, and they look great. If you've been watching this anime, which I would definitely recommend, they look just like the anime. Figma has always been good at capturing anime figures. And they have done a really good job of capturing these two now. So I don't know, I'm not quite far enough in the anime to know every name of everything that they have as far as accessories are concerned. So you'll have to forgive me for that. Also, I'm not far enough in the anime for her to almost be as tall as him. So I'm only on like episode 5 or something, 5 or 6. And she's definitely not as tall as him yet. So I assume she might get taller in later episodes because she is a demi-human. And so I know they grow really fast. So, but she is about his height. So that might be accurate later on in the anime. But as I'm watching it, it's not accurate, but it might be later on. So let's get a good look at the main character of the anime. So, okay. What's going on with my zoom here? That's right. Okay, so he looks really, he's okay. So he has his issues, right? Obviously these shoulder joints are ugly as hell, but they're most likely going to be covered up with his cape. So they may have done this in order to maybe let the cape set on him better. So these are going to be covered up, but without the cape they look ugly as hell. But his face looks really good, looks exactly like the character in the anime. His clothing looks really good. He has his pouch, there's plenty of paint on it. The little buttons are painted nicely. Same with his fists or his hands. Paint on his hands, the paint on his shoulder, or should I say thigh armor. I like the way that they did the fur all around and stuff. I think that's really nicely done. It's definitely not as soft as I've seen other figures with pseudo fur on them. I do like his standard shield. The paint could be better in some of the line painting, but it's not bad. His chest armor looks really good. His hair looks really good. I like that. Typical Figma hair. The lines all around his waist and his belt buckle, although there's a little carry over here from the belt and the belt buckle, but it's not too bad. Obviously we have the terrible Figma joints on the back of the thigh, so a lot of times they do that huge cutout for the range of motion because they insist on just using a single joint on the knees. So you do have to pose around that, but other than that, he looks really, really good. So I am happy to say that this guy is looking damn good. So let's look at his companion, Raphtalia. Now her face is a little off to me. It's a little squatty. It still looks like her, but it comes off as a little squatty to me. Like it's maybe a little too small. Also, unfortunately, because of that Figma joint in the neck, you can really see that joint in her head and her neck looks like it's really long. You have to make her look down a little bit to cover that up. So unfortunately, looking straight at you, that doesn't look great in the neck. But other than that, the face still looks good. It's just, I don't know how much it looks like the character. I do like the paint on her chest armor. Now, where I am in the anime, she does not have this chest armor yet. But the paint looks really good going down. Ugh, I got a little oopsie there. So that's definitely not good. Paint around her gloves look really good. She has fists coming out the box. I do like her scabbard. And I'm very happy to know that they are, at least in some figures, they are allowing actual swords to go in the scabbards instead of just handles attached to the scabbards. But yeah, this looks good. This looks good. The paint looks really good on her. I don't see any issues really here. Let's look at the back. Now she is a demi-human, so she is part raccoon, I think, and part human, so she does have a tail. Her hair doesn't look great in the back. They did this weird hinge thing here that helps for nothing. She can't, you'll find it out in the articulation, but it doesn't help. Her little raccoon ears look really good. So yeah, aesthetically, these guys and this girl look really, really good. So let's get them out the way and let's take a look at the accessories. All right, so we have a ton of accessories. We'll start with the shield hero first, and we'll start off with his hands. So he comes with the typical, oh, that's not his hands. He comes with the typical Figma hand tray, or hand rack, I should say. And he comes with a plethora of different types of posing hands. He has weapon holding hands, obviously, and then 2 spread open hands. Then he has the fist hands on him in the box. He has 2 faces. He has the standard neutral face on him in the box, and then he has a smiling face and a yelling face. And both of these look really good. Then we have his shields. So these are his main weapons in the anime. I don't know any names of these shields because I have not gotten this far in the anime, so I have not seen any of these shields. So don't come for me in the comments, but we'll just kind of make up names. This is Smiley Face Demon McGee shield, and this one looks really good. I like that. I like that a lot. We have his Zelda shield. I don't know what any of these are, but they're all nicely painted, so that's really good. We have his water shield. And they do all peg into his arm. I'll show that in a second. We have his Super Zelda shield. I don't know, his grass shield. How about that? So that looks really, really good, nicely painted. Then we have his Diablo shield. I don't know, but it looks like that looks like a dragon face. So maybe it's a dragon shield or something. But that looks really good. Then we have his lion shield, or monkey. That looks more like a monkey than a lion. That looks like a baboon, if I'm not mistaken. That does not look like a lion. If that's supposed to be a lion, that does not look like a lion. It looks like a baboon. So I'm gonna call it the baboon shield. And then that is it. Well, he has one more accessory, which is his cape. So it is a cloth cape. It has no wire in it, unfortunately. But it's interesting how that pegs in. So it pegs into his back, and then you do get a back peg for it. So you can peg that into his back. But it's not too much to it. It's made out of a kind of a stretchy kind of material, but no bendy wire in it anyway. So that kind of sucks. Then her accessories, she comes with the rack of hands as well. Some open hands, some weapon holding hands, and other things. So, and then she has the armor all over her hands. Then she also comes with 2 faces, and her faces are a little bit smaller, so it's harder for me to hold, but she has a yelling face and another neutral face, so that's weird. So her faces look really good. Then she comes with her weapons. No, before I do that, she comes with a bracelet. I don't know what this is, the bracelet of power, the bracelet of companionship, I don't know, but it's painted really nicely. So she has that. Then she has her sword. So she does have one sword that's stuck in, that has this whole gimmick with the handle coming out of the scabbard. So she does have one sword like that, but I guess this is a really, I can see why they have that for this sword when I show you in a second, but this one looks really good. This one looks really good, nicely painted. Then she has the sword that can go inside of the scabbard that's connected to her hip. And that one is painted really nicely. So that looks good. And then she comes with her, I don't know, 4-leaf clover from Black Clover sword. 4-leaf clover grimoire sword. I don't know. The good luck sword. I don't know what you would call this, but that's why she has the detachable handle, because obviously this wouldn't go into a scabbard. So, and that is it for accessories. Now for articulation. All right, so we'll start with him first. He can't look up at all because of his hair and his collar, but he can look down. He can kind of go side to side a little bit if you kind of force it. His hair is kind of spiky, so it does kind of hurt. But unfortunately, you're not going to get a whole lot of movement out of that head because of the collar. This moves for some reason, but it doesn't need to. Obviously, his shoulders should be able to go way past parallel. Does he have a bicep swivel here? Yep, he has a bicep swivel here. Definitely over 90 degrees with the elbow because of the standard Figma joints that they have never changed since the beginning of the line. I don't know why they won't. But then he does have a shield. Now this shield can move around and it is detachable. So that's where you would attach the other shield if you want to change it. He has your typical hinge joint for the wrist. For his abs, let's see what we can do here. So this is a pretty soft piece. It does move around, so maybe that moves around for his ab crunch. So he can get down that far. Back, not at all. He can kind of spin on it, and he can kind of get some side to side just out of that joint. So it works kind of. Here on his waist, he does get a waist twist, and he can get some side to side. Now that waist is very tight. And he can go really far forward with, if you want to incorporate the waist, and then really far back when you incorporate the waist. This does twist around on his back here. His legs can kick forward that far, so that's good. Back that far, so that's also really good. Thigh swivel. Let's see if I can get this. Now this piece does kind of move on a ball peg, and it can move up and down like so, and it can spin a little bit. This can't come off. Let's see if I can stick this back on camera. Okay, we'll take that off for now so we can get the full range of his leg. So he does have somewhat of a thigh swivel there. He can go out that far, way further if he doesn't have those that armor on his legs. But if he does have the armor on his legs, see if I can get that on camera. But with this on, he can't really do anything. He can't get out that far. So you're probably going to keep that on. So let's say that's the range. Past 90 on the knee. There's no swivel there. He does have a swivel here in the ankle. Doesn't go up very far. Can go back that far, and then kind of a loose toe joint. So his articulation is typical Figma articulation. Nothing really special. Nothing great. Nothing absolutely horrible. I mean, you can say his legs are when they go out to the side because it's all he can do with these things on. But technically the articulation is there. He just can't use it with these on. So it's decent. It's not terrible. So let's take a look at the other one here. Now with the head, this doesn't help. So this doesn't help at all. So this doesn't help her look up at all because she can't look up. Her hair still hits the back of her collar. So she can't look up. She can't look down that much. Side to side. Now she gets decent side to side, but that might be because she has a really too long neck. But luckily it is kind of covered up by her bangs and stuff. So it's not horrible. These are soft pieces. I don't think they're on any type of joints. I can't really see up in there and check. I think they're just attached. So these will get out the way and they're relatively soft. She can obviously turn her head around like so. As you can see them getting out the way when she spins her head. Now this kind of pulls out a little bit in order for her to get more range on that shoulder. Like that, so she can't quite get parallel because of how this armor in the shoulder is made. But that's not too bad. It's not horrible, but it definitely could be better. Over 90 on the elbow. The wrist is a ball hinge like typical. Now her diaphragm joint here, as you can see, it was spinning a lot, so you can definitely spin it. As far as going back, she can't go back at all with that joint. forward, she decent forward, not horrible. Gets a lot of side to side, a ton of side to side. So this is basically the range here. So not too bad. I don't mind that at all. She does have a waist swivel as well. And if the waist though doesn't activate with the crunching, and she can't go back, like it doesn't go back and forward with that waist, unfortunately. And you don't really need side to side with that waist because you're getting a ton of it in the diaphragm joint. So you don't really need it in the waist, but it'd be nice if you could use it. But you can get a spin out of that waist though. As far as the legs, there's no cutout. There's a slight cutout here, but what's the point when this is covering it up anyway? So these are both pretty stiff plastic pieces, so she can go up about that far. That's not too bad. She's a very agile character in the anime, so she should be getting more range of motion to that. She does have a lot of thigh swivel. She can get more splits than the main character, so that's good. Is there a boot swivel? There is a boot swivel at the top too, so she has 2 swivels there. She can barely get over 90 there, which is kind of sad. They seem to have cut her out too, but why stop here? Just cut the whole back of it out so we can get more range. You got to cut out anyway. And then for the ankle, she can't go up really much at all because of this shin armor down that far, and she can get an ankle rocker. I don't know if I did an ankle rocker for the guy, but he can also get an ankle rocker. And that is it for articulation. Now let's do some comparisons and then we can get the hell up out of here. All right, so here they are next to Supersonico and SH Figuarts Luffy. That's what they look like together. And here they are next to SH Figuarts Yamamoto and SH Figuarts Zoro. All right, and last but not least, here we have them next to two other Figmas. I forget her name from Kill La Kill, and then we have Saber from the video game. I forgot the name of the video game, but I don't have any male Figma figures. I've been sold those away. But at least she has a cape, and hers is wired. So I don't know how you feel about that. His does drape down around him nicely, so I guess it doesn't really need a wire, but I guess it depends on how you do the wire, whether or not it's going to be good or not. But here they are next to some other Figmas. And that is it for comparisons. All right, so in conclusion, I think if you've been watching this anime and you like it, I think these would be some really cool figures to get. I've kind of grown attached to the characters in just 5 episodes. So before I had bought them, I didn't know anything about the anime. I just bought them because they look cool. But I knew they were part of some kind of anime. And now I'm actually really excited that I have them. So, because I really like the anime. I thought it was going to be kind of stupid, to be honest with you. But it's really, really good. So, if that's the case, go ahead and pick them up. I think they're still available on most websites. Probably still on Hobby Link Japan as well. But anyway, that is it for the review. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And until next time, peace.